A nation pausing to remember as 18 years have now passed since the September 11th terrorist attacks.
But first responders who were at Ground Zero for months are still dealing with the lingering effects of that day and struggling to survive. Chris Conti with this exclusive.
These days, Scott Favor takes the ingredients life has handed him.
I think if you stop living your life, it's a recipe for disaster.
And does his best to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Now 1,200 miles and 18 years removed from that day in September.
And at the time, I was assigned to the New York City Highway Patrol.
When it happened, when the planes hit, Scott was in the Bronx. By the time the towers came down, he was 3 blocks away.
When the buildings collapsed, it was kind of just, for me, it was silence. Like everything froze.
It is the faces he will never forget, the collective sense of loss, and the realization there was really no one who could be saved.
You would just never think that so many people would be killed in an hour.
All these years later, though, the tragedy of that day has been compounded by another pain.
And I kind of took these pictures just to remind myself of things that could happen in life.
In the dust, Scott and his comrades would write the names of colleagues they'd lost. That dust was everywhere, and we now know it was toxic.
You're breathing in plastic, airplane particles, human particles.
This 52-year-old can't count the number of funerals he attended in the weeks after 9/11. But the more recent ones, the ones who have died of cancer, lung disease, he remembers those. And he's always left wondering if he's next.
Even me, I wait, thank God I've been healthy, but every day I feel it's a crapshoot. If you wake up one day and you have a cough or you feel a mole on your skin, you're like,
did their jobs.
Is it my turn?
Courage, grace, tenacity, humility. 18 years later, do yours.
Scott still can't understand why Congress put up such a fight over the Victim Compensation Fund earlier this year.
It's just something that upsets you because, we should take care of our own.
Something this man thinks about on an anniversary he never asked for.
I think people need to remember what happened.
Chris Conti, News Channel 5.